This build will have you crossing your defender out of the play and hitting logo threes consistently in 2K24. Yo, we are back, and today I'm giving you guys my rare shoot first point guard build. This build can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court, gets all the dribble moves you could possibly want, while also getting pretty good finishing stats so you get the cheesy dunk packages, and has enough defense to get stops when you need to. I've been having a ton of fun on this build, and I have a whole bunch of clips to show you just how overpowered this 6'4 guard build is. Stick around to the end and I will break down each attribute and why I upgraded it to where I did, because each of them matters. Real quick before we get started, drop a like, drop a sub, turn those notifications on. We're going to keep dropping bangers all through 2K24. And without further ado, let's get right into this build video. Like I said in the intro clip, this build really can shoot from anywhere. You see me coming right across half court, pulling from super deep, and that's green. The dribble moves you get on this build are super clean as well. Look at that snatch bag, nice easy green behind the screen. This next one, you see me cooking up again. I'm gonna get a little ankle breaker here. Yep, crossover, green in his mouth, 40% contested. Next play, you see we're winning this game by 40. I'm gonna do a big crab crossover, green from the logo again. This build really is unguardable. Here I got it on the wing, a little behind the back, wide open, over him, green. And it's not just standstills on this build either. As you can see, I'm gonna get a little stop and go, fade at the top of the key. The fades on this build are super consistent. But this build does end up getting a 94 three-pointer, so you can do stuff like this, over him from the logo. And you also get some good escape moves on this build. As you can see, crab crossover, wide open, no takeover. I'm still greening that on him. This game playing against a pure lockdown, snatch behind the back, right over him, green. There's really nothing people can do against this build. And if you want to try to step up and contest me, I will shoot 30% contested fades right over you and your teammate. All right, enough of these crazy shooting clips. Let's get into how to make this. All right, we are in the builder. You're gonna go 6'4", 175 pounds with a 6'7" wingspan. I looked at a whole bunch of different options for weight and wingspan, and this is by far the best, so make sure you're going with exactly this. Onto the finishing attributes. This 71 driving dunk might not look like much, but it gets you the Klay Thompson dunk package, which is all you need on this build. It really is one of the most unguardable, unblockable dunk packages, so you want to make sure you're getting that. The 75 driving layup is insane this year. Layups are crazy. Everything goes in if you know how to time it right. 60 standing dunk was super cheap for this build, and it also allows you to get a standing dunk almost every time you get straight under the rim. And then the 82 post control, also super cheap and a super good bailout attribute. Because even with the low strength you're going to get on this build, the 82 post control gives you some post spin mid-range badges. And if you get stuck, you can really just post spin people on this build, which is kind of crazy, especially considering how cheap the attribute is. It really doesn't cost much to upgrade at all. On to the shooting. This is the whole reason I made this build. You get a 94 three-pointer, which is going to get you gold agent threes and also get you silver limitless. And honestly, a whole bunch of other shooting badges. You get almost every shooting badge on gold or Hall of Fame. But then I went ahead and got that 92 mid-range as well, so I could get the midi specialist badge on Hall of Fame. And I'm not kidding when I say this, fading mid-ranges is probably the cheesiest, easiest way to play the game this year. So make sure you have this badge on Hall of Fame, because you will not miss if you're open. The combination of all these amazing shooting badges you get really makes this build unguardable from three. And also having them at this rating gets you that rare build name. So if you want that shoot first point guard name, make sure you're copying these exactly. I also upgraded my free throw to 83 just because I play a lot of rec, and I don't want to be a liability if I'm getting sent to the line. On to the playmaking attributes here. As you can see, I went with a 70 pass accuracy. I promise this is all you need. I play rec point guard all the time, and I'm throwing dots. The best pass style this year is none, so there's really no reason to go any higher than 70 because I never throw a bad pass. And then 93 ball handle gets you every single dribbling animation in the entire game except for Steve Francis. And honestly, the dribbling moves I have on now, I prefer over Steve Francis, so I went with this 93. If you feel like you really need Steve Francis, you could drop something else to try to raise that. But I think I really do have the best attribute spread. And then I went with the 90 speed with ball because that gets you Kyrie dribble style. And if you didn't know, Kyrie dribble style lets you speed boost out of every single move you do, so you don't have to do the hesitation to get a speed boost. It's extremely good for small guards and honestly makes dribbling way better. So make sure you are getting that 90 speed with ball on any small guard in this game. All right, now before I even show you the defense, I know what you're gonna say. This build can't guard, this build doesn't have defense. I'm telling you right now, the defense on this build gets you the stops that you're gonna need to get, so trust me on it. I originally got this information from Grinding, so shout out to him. 58 perimeter and 55 interior get you stops in the paint and also get you bumps on back doors and on the perimeter because you get off-ball pest badge. Most of the time on this build, I'm just guarding corners, so I'm just guarding back doors and I get a lot of stops on those. But I'm telling you, this build plays like it has much more defense than it actually does. Like, I guarantee if you have some defensive IQ, you're going to be able to get quite a few stops on this build and definitely not be a liability. On to the physicals. Speed and acceleration this year really aren't that important for dribbling. It's been confirmed by a whole bunch of people. So I only have these upgraded to where they are to get the badges that I wanted. The 56 vertical is going to get you those clay dunks and also the other park dunks that I use on this build. And then obviously I'm just going with that 99 stamina for dribbling purposes and maybe some defensive. But yeah, these physicals are just what I'm rocking with. So copy these down exactly if you want the same build as me. And then onto the build comparison and name, you're going to get shades of Jalen Brunson and Trae Young, which are pretty cool comparisons. And then like it says in the intro and the title, you're going to get the name Shoot First Point, which is a crazy build name and super rare this year considering most point guards are named Floor Spacing Slasher or something similar. If you stuck around all the way to the end, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub on your way out. I appreciate you coming through, and I will see you in the next one.